This is a video guide for volunteers who would like to verify squirrel sightings. To verify squirrel sightings, you must be registered as a Scottish Wildlife Trust volunteer and create an account on the Saving Scotland's Red Squirrels Community Hub. Because your role involves access to personal data, you must also sign an ICT user and a confidentiality agreement. Please speak to Saving Scotland's Red Squirrels staff to arrange this. Once you have registered on the Hub, you'll be able to have access to the Saving Scotland's Red Squirrels Community Hub Volunteer User Guide. This will give you more information on setting up and managing your Hub account. Once your role is confirmed, the project administrator will adjust your permission level on the Hub to provide access to sightings in your region or local network area. A quick note on data protection and security. Sightings records have personal information associated with them, including the person's name and email address. All biological recordings submitted to the Scottish Squirrel database must have a name associated with them, and we ask for contact details in case we need to query a sighting. As a sightings volunteer, you will have access to this personal information for sightings in your assigned area. You only have access to this information for the purposes of your volunteering role, and your use of this data must comply with GDPR guidelines, that's General Data Protection Regulation, and the SSRS Privacy Notice. This means that you can't print, copy or store this information anywhere other than your registered Hub account unless absolutely necessary, and you can only contact sightings participants for legitimate purposes relating to your volunteering role. If you think you need to store personal details out with your Hub account, you must consult with SSRS staff in the first instance. Data must be stored securely in a password-protected file. For more information, see the ICT User Agreement. As a person with access to additional personal information on the Community Hub, it's of paramount importance that you keep your login details secure. Use a complex password and don't use this password on other websites. Never share your password or provide anyone else with access to your Hub account. Do not save your password to your internet browser, particularly if you're using a shared or public computer. Always log off at the end of each session. If you suspect your Hub account has been compromised in any way, change your password immediately and contact Saving Scotland's Red Squirrels. For extra security, we recommend creating a separate email address for communicating in your role as a sightings verification volunteer. This email address should have a simple name such as Sarah Volunteer or Tweeddale Volunteer at gmail.com, for example. For extra security, we recommend creating a separate email address for communicating in your role as a sightings verification volunteer. You should also consider using a virtual private network, or VPN, to encrypt traffic between your laptop and the rest of the network or internet, making it unreadable to hackers. There are some good quality VPN softwares available for free, such as Hotspot Shield Free VPN, TunnelBear, and Windscribe. For more information, please refer to the Scottish Wildlife Trust's GDPR guidelines, which are available from your local community engagement officer or conservation officer. The Community Hub allows registered users to view their own personal squirrel sightings record. When logged in, this can be accessed via the View Your Squirrel Sightings button on the Sightings page, or via the My Sightings tab on the Hub homepage. If you are a sightings verification volunteer, you can also view sightings that you have permission to see. On the Sightings page, you'll see a map, a set of filters, and a list of sightings. The Verify Status filter is so you can filter by sightings verification status. New record will only show those sightings that are waiting to be verified. You can also filter by the year, although some people may report squirrels they saw the year before, so this can be quite useful. Also, you can filter by authority, so this is the local authority area. If you verify sightings in more than one authority, or have submitted sightings yourself in various authorities, you can use this filter to locate them. Looking at the sightings table, you'll see a grid reference, which shows where the sighting was, the authority, which shows a local authority where the sighting was located. You've got the nearest location, which is the nearest town or village, submitted by, which has the name of the person who submitted the sighting, and then you've got a column called sighting, which shows details of the sighting at a glance, the date of the sighting, and whether or not it was confirmed. So N means that it's unverified, and if it has a Y, that means it is verified. You can sort the sightings data by clicking any of these categories by clicking the arrow buttons. To verify sightings, make sure you filter your data to show new sightings only. Click the green Edit button to open a sighting. You can also open a sighting by clicking on the map. Red dots are for red squirrels, grey dots are for grey squirrels. Once opened, check the details on the sightings form. Species, status, i.e. whether it was alive or dead, how many they saw, the dates, and where they saw it. At the bottom of the form, you will see a drop-down menu with 5 options. Selecting Confirmed verifies the sighting. Only choose this option if you are content that the sighting can be verified. New Record leaves the sighting as a new record, i.e. it's unverified. Pending will mark the sighting as requiring further investigation. Use this option if you need to contact the person for more information or consult your conservation officer. This might be if you're not sure that the sighting was put in the correct location, for example. Selecting Invalid marks the sighting as invalid. The sighting won't appear on the sightings map or be included in the Scottish Squirrel database. Finally, duplicates. Sometimes people accidentally enter the same sighting more than once. Only verify one sighting and mark all the others as duplicates. Once you have made a selection, click Update Sighting. And your sighting will be confirmed. You can find confirmed sightings by selecting Verify Status Confirmed. If you need to check the status of a sighting, or you verified a sighting by mistake, you can simply click the Edit button again. Please do not change the status of sightings that others have already verified. If you have a question about a verification decision, please talk to your conservation officer. Common reasons sightings are queried or rejected include it might be the wrong species. If the sighting is very far from the species' known distribution, e.g. a red squirrel in Edinburgh or Glasgow, or a grey squirrel in Inverness, the species might have been misidentified. Squirrels' coat colour can vary greatly, and members of the public can be mistaken, especially if they only catch a fleeting glimpse. Another issue could be that the location seems unlikely. The person might have clicked the wrong location on the map. Sometimes sightings appear in the middle of the sea, or even in other countries. Finally, another issue might be uncertain location. Some sightings may seem plausible but uncertain. For example, if a red squirrel is reported in an area not far from known red squirrel territory, but it is an area where reds have never been recorded before, it may be correct, but may also be a wrong species or wrong location. These are particularly important sightings and may need to be queried before verification. Your local conservation officer can help with this. If a sighting seems wrong or uncertain, you may need to contact the person who submitted the sighting for further clarification. If in doubt, always speak to your conservation officer first. It is essential that any contact between yourself and a sighting participant is professional and complies to GDPR regulations. Be clear on who you are and why you're contacting them. Clearly state that you're a Scottish Wildlife Trust volunteer verifying sightings on behalf of the Saving Scotland's Red Squirrels project. Use email over phone where provided and be friendly, polite, and keep it brief. Contact sightings participants individually. Only contact once per sighting record. Do not include or CC multiple sightings participants into one email. If a sightings participant responds asking not to be contacted again, respect this request and inform SSRS as soon as possible. To comply with GDPR, do not include any information that could be interpreted as marketing. This includes information on becoming a volunteer, attending events, or visiting other websites. Don't share personal information about any other sightings participant or volunteer without their prior consent. This includes forwarding email correspondence to anyone other than an SSRS employee. If you wish to end your role as sightings verification volunteer, please inform SSRS staff so they can adjust your permissions on the hub.